Greetings, comic book fans and Invinciheads. I'm Danny Danger, and today I'm going to tell you about one of my very most favorite superhero comic books ever, Invincible. There was not a space anywhere in that sentence, and I know it. If you've never heard of Invincible, you've probably heard of the author. Little guy named Robert Kirkman wrote something called The Walking Dead. I don't know, maybe you've heard of it. Now, for those of you who have read The Walking Dead, you know that Kirkman is very good at telling a story, something that's gripping, that's a real page turner. I'll tell you the truth, I like Invincible more than I like The Walking Dead, and I've been very upfront about it. Invincible is the story about Mark Grayson, who inherits superpowers from his father, who is an alien. Hey, a story about a superhero in high school? What's not to love? The thing that I like the most about Invincible isn't just the page-turner quality of it. I really like the characters. There's a lot of really original perspectives and situations that are sort of glossed over in other superhero stories that Kirkman tackles very upfront, very forwardly. Oh, hey, also, Adam Eve. Oh my God, you guys. Adam Eve. She's one of my favorite comic book characters in a comic period ever, and here's why. Her superpowers, which are very cool, she can take molecules and completely rearrange them to make them into something else. So here you have a rock. Adam Eve touches it, boom, it's a sandwich. Hooray! Instead of punching people, kicking bad guys' butts, what does Adam Eve decide to do? Oh, I'm gonna go across the world to countries where they don't really have resources, food, or shelter, and I'm just gonna make those things. Yeah, how awesome is that? How come more superheroes haven't done that in the past? It's really hard to explain to you how Kirkman tackles a lot of taboo subjects without ruining any surprises for you. However, if you Google search Adam Eve, you'll notice that there is one particular picture of her where she has gained some weight. And that's a really good example of topics that aren't really covered in comic books that Kirkman's just not afraid of. Eve goes through some emotional stuff, she puts on some weight. And she doesn't just lose the weight after one issue. It's not just a, hey, here's Adam Eve in 2 sizes bigger. It's something that's actually discussed, it's something that's talked about, it's something that is mentioned in regards to her and Mark's relationship. By the way, Mark's reaction, absolutely perfect. But it's just a small example of things that are not usually discussed in superhero comics that Kirkman's like, whatever, just put it in there, let's talk about it, let's just do it. So usually when I do a book review like this, I usually review just the first volume. But in this instance, I'm gonna tell you that if you're gonna start this book, you should start with the Ultimate Collection #1. It includes the first 3 volumes. The first 2 volumes are really good. They get you into Mark's life and introduce you to all the characters, the teen team, Guardians of the Globe, Guardians of the Globe. Anyway, you get a really good setup for the Invincible universe. However, in the 3rd volume, there's a twist. And I want to tell you about it, but I can't tell you about it because you need to just experience it for yourself, but it's there. And you should read it all at once. Another thing that I really enjoy about reading Invincible, because, you know, it's only like 100 volumes in, 19, whatever, is the evolution of the art. When you go through the first 2 volumes, the art's really good, but it's a little unpolished. There are a few awkward facial expressions, there are a few weird lines that don't make sense, and then you get into the 3rd volume right as the story's starting to pick up momentum and the art is just on point, and it continues to get better with every volume that you read, and it's really clear. I love that! Another thing about this book that totally makes me giggle, especially if you know Kirkman's stance on the big 2 comic publishers out there, is he takes these Justice League and Marvel Universe archetypes and really has fun with them throughout the story. You can easily spot who's supposed to be like Wonder Woman and who's supposed to be the Flash and who's supposed to be the Green Lantern. It's pretty funny. Ooh, and fun fact, in the episode of The Walking Dead, when Michonne leaves camp and comes back and brings Carl a bunch of comic books, she brought him Invincible. That's number 56. Yeah. You've probably even seen Invincible and not realized that you were seeing him. If you saw the movie Paul, Simon Pegg wears an Invincible t-shirt throughout like a huge chunk of it, and Brian Posehn actually rocks an Invincible t-shirt in a couple of episodes of The Sarah Silverman Show. Have you read Invincible? What do you think? Tell me down below. Are you a fan of other non-big two superhero stories that I should read if I like Invincible? Also tell me down below. And be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe because we do recommendations like this and reviews all the time. We want to tell you about what we love so that you can love it too. A special thanks as always goes out to Austin Books and Comics. Eve, my good friend, recommended this title to me. Adam Eve, her name's Eve. The people here have really good taste. You should come in and check it out.